That was like studio quality.
Well,
and the guys playing your band, unbelievable.
My band is honestly amazing. Like my band is the one thing I think that keeps me like really optimistic and just really motivated, like in making music. Because sometimes it can get so convoluted. You know what I mean? Like when you wake up and you're doing something that's not music, when you're doing an interview or a photo shoot or makeup or something, and when I get in the room with them and we just get to mess around and do like fun covers like that or like reimagine my own songs, it's like, oh yeah, I love music, that's why I do this, duh. So it's like, it's cool.
Halsey, something we can walk away with from this is when it's Halsey's show, but you see all these other people backing her up, you've got lighting, you've got sound, you've got all this stuff going on backstage. I mean, we have to learn that these people can lift you up. If they see that you're having a bad day or whatever, we all have bad days.
Yeah.
You are surrounding yourself with people that are like, come on, you're good.
Yeah.
Wake it up. We should all have the Halsey crew in our lives.
No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's a lonely life though, you know what I mean? So you have to pick the people you surround yourself with really carefully, because the weird thing about being a musician is that you're never alone, but you're always alone. It's like a weird paradox, you know what I mean?
It's kind of like living in New York City. You're in a city full of 25 million people, but you can be very lonely.
Very, very much like that.
Okay, so I want to thank you for taking the word coochie out of that.
Oh my gosh, me and Nate were just talking about this.
Oh, you were? I was waiting for coochie to occur, and coochie never occurred.
No,
so
because
that was one of your rewrites.
It gives me the heebie-jeebies, that word.
That word?
Oh, I can't do it. I can't.
We all have words we don't like.
Yes, I have words. He tries to get me to say these words all the time. I'm not saying that.
Danielle, watch this. Watch Danielle. Mayonnaise.
So nasty.
Hey, Froggy.
Okay.
Froggy. Moist.
That one.
God.
Yeah, moist. Okay, so what do you, Halsey? Yes, Bethany.
The ones that I don't like, I can't even say on the radio.
Yeah.
But Halsey, do you have other words you don't like?
Yeah.
What are they? Can you say them on the
say
radio?
them.
Well, I can say I think one of them on the radio.
Okay, good.
I hate panties.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Look,
look, we just wrote down the word
Yeah.
panties.
I'm not the only one.
Panties.
We have a match.
What do you say instead? Underwear?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really wear that a whole lot, so I don't need to hear. I don't need to hear that word very often.
And what's even worse is when they put the word moist and panties
Oh no!
together.
Stop, Froggy. Really?
That's even worse.
That's worse.
Are you allowed to say that on the radio?
Yeah, I know. It really has gone down a slippery slope, hasn't it?
Jeez. I remember like Eminem back in the day rapping about the FCC, and I guess that's just not a thing anymore. Like,
Oh, no,
you just,
no.
Oh, no, it's a thing.
There's still a thing. Before you go off on a tirade with 4-letter words, it is a thing. But we have the dump button. So if you say the F word, I can go beep. And it's as if it never happened. Don't you wish life had a dump button where you say something, you do something, you're like, okay, rewind, erase.
Yeah.
I wish we had one.
I would honestly probably use it so much that I would go back to before my birth.
Halsey is in 1974. All right, well, by the way, you killed it on Fallon last night. Isn't that a fun show to do?
It really is. Jimmy's the best. He
really is.
I said to him last night, I was like, if I keep doing your show every year, I'm going to start looking forward to it more than my birthday. Because they're just such good energy. And the thing about really doing any TV show or any radio show, like coming in and seeing you guys is like, it's like it's so relieving because you're on my side, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like some people in this world aren't, but like, you guys are always on my side and you want me to win. And I came in this morning and I was like, hey guys, what's up? I have no makeup on here. I'll slap some eyebrows on my face. And you guys were like, oh, cool. Can't wait to hear the cover. And it just felt really like friendly. And I was like, hey, these people want me to do a good job today.
Yeah.
And like, that's what's really awesome about it.
Well, and plus, it works two ways because you just dropped a gift. 2 gifts when you did your songs out there. I mean, it's a gift for all of us. Okay, so let's talk about the power of the arena tour. Now, I don't know if you prefer sitting on a stool in front of 25 people versus a full-blown production in front of 30,000. I mean, how many thousands of people are in an arena tour? I mean, more. 1 million people? I mean, it doesn't matter at that point.
A lot of people.
So, I mean, the energy. When you walk out on stage, even though you don't really see individual faces, I'm assuming because the lights are so...
You do.
You do?
Yeah.
What is the energy like? when you walk out on that stage and because I know last time you were here, you sold out Madison Square Garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was scary.
What is the energy like? Is it like sitting in an electric chair? I mean, what's it like, Halsey?
Doing an arena is like such a different mentality than doing an intimate show because like in an intimate show, you've got like an hour to make eye contact with like at least everybody once. And if you make eye contact with a person, they'll usually feel bad about being mean to you. So if you make eye contact with like 500 people in a room, then they've made eye contact with you and like, I have to like her now. Darn.
Wow.
But I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I'm like, let's do therapy with Halsey.
No, it's arenas are such a different thing because for me as a performer, I'm really into like one-on-one like fan engagement. So like since my very first show, I climb in the crowd, and like even when I was opening up for The Weeknd on his arena tour, I was running through the arena, excuse me, on the floor and like, trying to talk to people and pull people on stage, and like, so for me it's about coming up with unique ways in that big of a space to make everybody feel like the show was especially for them.
That's a challenge.
Cool. It is, it really is, but when you nail it, it's really rewarding.
Are you doing a lot of costume changes? A lot of.
I'm so extra, and I did last year. I did a couple on tour last year, so I'm going to probably be doing a bajillion on this tour.
Right.
I'm already thinking about what I'm going to put in my changing room. Because like some artists hang photos of stuff that's supposed to like inspire them or motivate them during the show or make them laugh or like whatever. So I'm just thinking about all the memes I'm gonna hang on the wall in my quick change is what we call it.
You should have a comedian. So every time you go back there for like a 10-second change, he tells a quick joke. Yeah. And you laugh.
Yeah.
And then you go back out to the stage.
But then he's going to steal the show. He's going to be better than me.
He's your private show in your own private room. So what do you think of festivals? I know that you just went out to Coachella, just hanging out.
Yes.
Did you have flowers in your hair? Or did you do the quintessential I must have flowers in my hair thing?
Oh, no.
Okay. I know you're doing our Daytime Village at the iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas.
I thought you weren't supposed to say that.
No, we can say that.
One we can say,
oh, okay, cool.
Not implying. Not implying that there's another one. Not implying that there's another one.
Gosh, Danielle.
Shut up. She's from the Bronx. She can't stop talking.
I love it. It's amazing. Except it would have only been better if she was like, nobody in their cars or listening to the radio can see me right now, but I'm putting my hands up. And I was gonna say it would only be better if she was like, no, not that one. And then she would have really not that one. Like that.
Give her your Bronx.
You're so stupid. Don't even talk.
She calls us all stupid every day.
Wow, it's almost like you're from the Bronx or something.
When you go downstairs to get in your SUV, the hubcaps will be gone.
Yeah. Why are you assuming that I'm in an SUV, Elvis?
Because we all have
that's like the artist thing?
Because limos are just so stripper pole.
I mean, that sounds a little bit more on brand for me, actually.
I didn't say that. So you recently went on a date and didn't know it. Nate told me this.
Oh my God. I can't tell you anything.
So how do you know when you...
That's how I know you're straight Nate, because you can't keep my secrets.
Oh. So we've all been in that situation where we go out to what we think is a meeting or whatever, and then halfway through something is said, you're like, oh my God, we're on a date.
Oh yeah.
How did you find out this was a date? Because I've been in this situation too. It happened pretty recently. When did you realize, oh crap?
And is it good or bad?
When he bought a milkshake and asked for 2 straws.
Oh, that's a date.
Oh my God. That's kind of cute though.
No, I looked at him and I was like, not only am I not interested in you, but if I was, what is this, 1950?
Yeah. Girl wants her own milkshake.
Were you wearing Bobby socks?
I mean, I don't know if we won't talk about what I was wearing.
Okay, we don't have to get into that.
Maybe that's why he thought it was a date.
You say, I'm sorry, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't do this. You know, Uncle Johnny's, he's 75 years old. He's old and he's gay and he wears a toupee. Now, Uncle Johnny, back in the day when you went on dates, 2 straws, 1 shake.
Yes, well, that was back in the 40s, 50s. That's when I was born.
Yeah.
Around there.
Uncle Johnny was gay before they knew what gay meant.
Yeah.
It's true, though. It's true.
Yeah.
You're like the highest Pokemon evolution of a gay person. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, anyway, Uncle Johnny. We could all learn from your past. Uncle Johnny used to watch Liza Minnelli do coke at the bar. He has stories. He has crazy stories.
And he slept with Merv Griffin.
He slept with Merv Griffin.
But this is about her interview, not mine.
Okay,
also, now I know none of you can keep secrets. Oh my God.
I know. What you tell us, we tell everyone. Okay. Let's get back to the music. I know that it yesterday you dropped a song.
I did.
And it has over a kabillion views already.
We counted by hand.
A
It is a
kabillion.
kabillion. at this
Eyes
point.
closed. I was reading some of the comments from your fans.
Oh boy.
No, great stuff.
Okay.
And they were talking about how, they were in tears. I haven't even heard this yet, so I'm assuming this is an emotionally...
Fake fan.
Really? We'll talk
Fake
about
fan,
it. Well, then
fake
what
fan.
is it? What is it?
You're a fake fan.
Well, no, I just got here.
I'm just kidding.
I'm still sleeping off yesterday's hangover. Let me not be nice.
I haven't even gotten my hangover yet this morning.
Yeah.
I think I'm still drunk. I don't even know.
I like it that way.
Yeah,
Who
you
came
know
in
what?
drunk not too long ago, and he was
Jason
fantastic.
Derulo.
Jason Derulo came right off the street into the chair.
He was still wearing his fur from the night before.
He came straight from a club.
He was amazing, though.
But he was
Smell-
awesome.
You know, like in Peanuts where Pigpen has like that
Yes.
that stench visibly around him? He just had vodka
Yeah.
Well,
coming off
Let me
him.
just say that if me and Jason Derulo both rolled up to our Elvis interview, still drunk, we were both on the cover of Forbes last year together, so we must be doing something right.
Absolutely.
That's my partner in crime right there.
He's
we were on the
great, though.
cover of Forbes, and we show up to work drunk. So.
Well, that's why we have Uncle Johnny here. He's our bartender. He's been bartending for 50 years on Fire Island, and
I
so
always
if you need
show up drunk.
if you need a cocktail, we have everything.
I was gonna say, you guys got drinks?
If you want a cocktail, we have
There's
cocktails.
a full bar in
He
Elvis's
made it
office.
this morning.
Oh, no, what?
Okay,
Really?
but wait,
Yeah,
hold.
I
with
made
peanut
that.
butter.
Peanut butter Oreos.
Yeah, don't.
And I,
She just wants a shot. Can I get back? I'm trying to get back to the music.
Sorry.
She wants a drink.
You're right.
Oh,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, so the song dropped yesterday, and your fans are loving it. I haven't heard it yet. I love a surprise. It's like
Are
when
we
you're
gonna play it on the radio?
I'm going to play a piece. Is I can play a piece of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Whoa.
It's like when you're on a date with a guy, and he pulls down his pants, and it's like a surprise. Like, oh,
Oh,
Of all the literal metaphors you could have chosen to use, it was that one?
and you're offended?
No.
Okay. All right. So
No, I'm not. It's very much like that, actually.
it really is. All right. Eyes closed. Should I play a clip, or I play the whole thing? I don't know what your timing.
You could play a clip, whatever you want.
Let's
We could
play
talk.
a clip.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Listen to this.
If I keep my eyes closed, he feels just like you. But you've been replaced. I'm face to face with someone new.
Wow. Very mysterious sounding. And so you dropped that yesterday. So that's like a little piece of the album that here's an amuse bouche.
Yes, that was like, hey, please still like me. That's what that song was. Hello, if you are listening and you don't know I'm putting out an album, well, here is a song for you.
do you feel that way? Do you feel like you're only as good as your last song, or you're only as good as your last album? Like you have to keep re-earning people?
I think you can't live in the past. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to pride myself on something I did a long time ago. Also because I'm so competitive, and not like with other people. Like, I don't have like beef with anybody. Like, I love everybody. I'm like self-competitive, so I'm constantly trying to like beat what I just did.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is for me. But that doesn't mean that I don't like alleviate some of my concerns about stuff by being like, oh yeah, but I also I did that really cool thing a year ago. You know what I mean? Like, so it definitely like calms you down, but like you can't dwell on it. You got to keep growing and moving past it and evolving. That's like the whole part. That's the whole point of making art. You know what I mean? Is like art is constantly evolving because it's so timely. It's so about the now and like what's happening right now and who you are right now and how people are feeling right now. So art has to keep evolving because art from 5 years ago, even though it's still great today, it's not timely enough. It's not present, you know?
But it still hangs in the gallery next to your other art, and it still looks great with it.
Yeah, so it gives context for your new art.
I love comparing music to an art gallery because your
Discography is like a gallery.
It's your gallery. We walked through the Halsey gallery.
Oh yes.
Oh look, she just hanged
The
a new one.
halls of Halsey.
The Halsey halls.
That was great.
I'm looking at 16 tracks on the Hopeless Fountain Kingdom album, which comes out June 2nd. You can pre-order this as we speak, by the way. Just saying, if you have a couple extra minutes today.
Do it.
16 tracks. Is that more than a typical or less than a typical
Like
album?
so much more.
That's a lot of music.
Like if I pre-order it, are you going to drop things before it comes out like Ed Sheeran did? And I'll
Yes.
get, okay, I like
We've
that.
already dropped 2.
Okay.
Maybe more stuff is coming. Who knows? Maybe something special is coming. Who knows? But there's going to be a lot more music videos coming too. I've been directing them all myself, which is really awesome because I am a control freak. But also it means I get to make the best thing possible for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess like when I first started writing this album, I told myself, I was like, it's going to be a 10-track album. I was like, I don't have the time. I'm tired. You know, I don't have as much to say as I used to. Like, I don't need to prove myself or whatever. I'm going to do a 10-track album. And then I sat down to write, and I couldn't write anything. I couldn't write a word.
And what do you do when you sit down and you're like, there's nothing coming out?
I mean, I think you have to self-reflect, and you have to realize, like, you know, to be a writer who writes, like, autobiographical music, like, you need to know yourself. Because you need to know your protagonist. You need to know who's talking. You're the narrator. If you don't know the narrator, then it doesn't mean anything. And, you know, a lot of this album is about what helped me write the album, which is I was going through this, like, really prolonged breakup.
Right.
And when I sat down to write the album, I realized how much of myself was, like, catered to the gaze of my partner. Like, you know, I was someone, you know, that I wanted to be when he was looking at me, or when he was with me, or when he was judging me, or what he wanted.
Well, it's flat out dishonesty with yourself is what it is.
Absolutely.
And with him.
Absolutely.
Isn't it great to learn that about yourself, though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, as soon as I figured it out, I was like, that's why, you know, so the album Hopeless Found Kingdom, it has this like Romeo and Juliet theme, this concept, which you can
I'm reading
the cover.
Right, but I'm looking at the titles of the songs as well.
Oh yeah, it's all conceptual, you know what I mean? Like Heaven in Hiding, Angel on Fire, Hopeless, Strangers, Bad at Love, Walls Could Talk, Eyes Closed. Like they're all like, you know, supposed to create this like scene around what's happening when these two lovers are meeting. But the reason I was so obsessed with Romeo and Juliet was because I really felt like I killed off a version of myself
by being with this guy.
Yeah, and I think
let's
he
talk
kinda
about
did
that
too.
Okay,
you know?
okay, hear me out, Halsey. So someone's listening. We're all listening to this. Maybe I'm not a musician. Maybe I don't write down my thoughts. How can I find out if how can I figure out that I'm being myself and honest in any relationship I'm having? I mean, if I can't write an album, I need to be able to do this. This is a great exercise for everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Are you really being you?
Yeah.
Like, what facade are you putting on when you're with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband?
Also,
it's
not
really
even
a great
intentionally.
question.
It's not even about like faking who you are. Sometimes
No.
you just spend so much time with someone that like you kind of adapt and you compromise. That's
Well,
what
you
a
lose
relationship
yourself.
is about.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
But you get to a point, you know, where it becomes toxic. But I think that the biggest piece of advice that I could give to someone, and obviously I know everything about love because I'm a 22-year-old girl.
Yeah, you've been through it all.
Yeah,
You've seen
exactly.
it all.
So, but if I can give advice, just you know, to anyone who maybe was in my position, it's like spend time alone. That was my big thing. Was I was never apart from him. Well, I mean, I was on tour all the time, so I was apart from him. But when I was never apart from someone. There was always someone around me, from a professional standpoint, whether it was like my assistant or my manager or like whoever, and then from my personal life, you know, whether it was my boyfriend. And when we broke up, I realized how terrible I was at spending time by myself. And I realized that if I spent more time by myself and spent more time kind of nurturing my relationship with myself,
Excellent.
I probably wouldn't have lost myself along the way of being with him because I was paying more attention to him than me. And like obviously there's a compromise, but like you can't know someone else and you can't learn how someone else affects you and you know the context of a relationship if you don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, cause then you know 50% of it, but you know the wrong 50%. You know him. You know everything about him all the time. But like you need to get to know you because when I had that breakup, I was spending time by myself and like I was sitting in the house thinking like, oh well, I could really eat some dinner, but like had no one to go out and get dinner with, so I just wouldn't eat. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, I would wake up in the morning and like stare at my closet and be like, well, what do I wear? You know, without him sitting on the edge of my bed and being like, so what are you going to wear today?
I know, but then you learn that you are with you.
Yeah.
You can make yourself a dinner. You can choose your own outfit. There's nothing better than taking care of yourself is the best thing to do. And it's not always in the form of exercise or eating well. Taking care of yourself is make yourself a great dinner, turn on TV, put a fire in the fireplace, drink a glass of wine. That's taking care of yourself because you're spending time with you. You know what? This is what we learn from things like this. And it's all part of growing up, you know? We never fully grow up, do we?
I
hope
so.
not.
I think it's definitely a learning process, but that's probably the best piece of advice I could give any human being is just like know yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's talk about Halsey's Hopeless Fountain Kingdom World Tour. Installment 1 kicking off in beautiful Mohegan Sun out there. And then you are all over the planet, girl. Congratulations. Make sure you go online, find out when Halsey's coming to your town, so you will be part of this incredible experience. And I thank you so much for coming up here today.
Oh,
Thank
is that
you.
all we got? You guys are kicking me out already?
We're kicking you out.
Wow.
You know what? We're doing it for you.
I didn't even get that drink.
You know, we do have cocktails backstage.
I'm kidding.
No, seriously, thank you for not only for an incredible performance, but just coming in and talking to us.
Of course, you guys are the best. It's
Awesome.
always a pleasure.
Halsey, Eyes Closed, is out now. Her second studio album, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, available for pre-order as we speak. Halsey!
Yeah!